Oh my god, this is weird. Yeah?
I love it. It's like guerrilla filmmaking.
Mate.
We're stealing the shot.
Yeah,
All
good to go.
right.
The lights may have gone out, but look at us.
The show must go on.
And we're going to light it up with Mr. David Ramsey.
Hello, woo! Not really. Anyway, hey guys, what's happening?
I'm good. How are you? What's
Fantastic.
happening with you?
Toronto Fan Fest. There's so much energy here. I've also had 7 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Aside from that, there's so much energy here that and Steven was like, Dave, you have to come to Toronto.
Yeah.
You have to come to the Fan Fest. And I was like, maybe. He's like, you got to do it. And I'm so glad I did. It's just been great. The fans here have been fantastic.
See, I thought the Canadians were all sweet and nice and polite.
They're a little rowdy here.
Yeah.
They're a little bit rowdy here. You know, that's not quite true here. Yeah.
What have they been doing?
They've been grabbing my butt.
What?
Yeah. And I let them. No, it's been great. I mean, they've really been very, very warm here.
I feel like Barrowman is rubbing off on you.
He can rub off on you. If you hang around with Barrowman long enough, he will rub you, and then he'll rub off on you. Yes. Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's about right. That's about right. I wish Barrowman was here today. I think he went down to Atlanta, but he was here a couple of days ago. I think yesterday he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's been like wearing heels loads or something. That's his new thing.
I have no problem believing that.
Has he made you wear heels yet?
No, I wore them voluntarily. No, I'm kidding. No, he hasn't. But listen, we miss John so much on Arrow. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like, there's such an energy that's gone every time John Barrowman leaves any room. So.
Do you really think he's gone for good?
Nope.
No. He's coming back.
No one's ever really gone on Arrow, are they?
Right.
Knock on wood, because you never know what happens to Diggle.
Well,
Speaking of,
yes. Diggle and co. I mean, my God, that finale. What the hell? Has anyone died? I refuse to believe anyone's really died. But I'm going to ask you. So I have a few escape theories of my own. You can tell me if I'm, no spoilers, if we're warm, cold.
Yeah.
First off, Argus prison. Everyone jumps in. Theory number 1.
Okay.
No.
Way cold.
Way cold. Number 2.
Yeah.
Lila swoops in, rescues them all like she does in season 2.
Baby mama saves the day.
Baby mama saves the
So
day.
cold.
Okay, number 3.
Yeah.
The island is magic, so the magic of the island protects them.
Yes.
All within the island realm.
Yes. Warmer, but still cold.
Visitors, the show floor is now closed. Please proceed to the exits. The show will reopen tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
We have to get out.
The show floor is now
I know, we're renegades.
Yes.
This is like we're running to get the shot.
Yeah.
You know, what was I going to say? Diggle survives.
Yeah.
But he comes away from the island with some very, very serious. There's some repercussions that he suffers that really affects the whole team. I mean, in a very, very serious way.
Are we talking?
Diggle specifically comes away in season 6 with some things that he's carried from the island that ends up affecting the whole team.
Are you telling me he's turning supernatural, meta, something like that?
I'm saying that he's been affected.
Okay. So, what about Daddy Diggle? Is he going to give some paternal advice to Oliver now that he's a daddy as well?
He will be, but I think Diggle, because of what he's experiencing after the island, you're going to see a bit of a role reversal, right? I mean, Diggle, the advisor, will become more of the one needing to be advised, and Oliver will fulfill that role to a certain degree.
I'm worried now.
You should.
Did you leave a part of yourself on the island?
Yes.
Wow.
That was dramatic. It's just bad acting, really. Is a part of Diggle left on the island? I don't know. I think what happens to him on the island and how he has to face it, we're going to see Diggle kind of become somebody he's never really become that he never really was before. Make some choices that are very un-Diggle-like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you still going to be then in your role of Spartacus? Spartan, sorry.
See, Spartacus.
It's 7 o'clock. They turn the lights off.
Yes, I will still be Spartacus and Spartan. I'll be Spartan. No, seriously. Yeah, I will still be Spartan, but I'll also be someone else. Well, that's a big, huge nugget.
Wow.
I'll also be someone else.
It's a good nugget. You have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you and Slade? Because
Yeah.
you're going to have some fun with him now he's back.
We haven't really worked out completely that storyline yet. So much of that is between he and Oliver because they really do have unfinished business. But we do have an opinion about Slade being back in terms of the team.
Okay.
And that storyline gets worked out. And actually, we're working on it even as we speak. I don't know when this interview airs, but we're on episode 6 right now, and we're just now kind of getting into the Slade story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to be around for a while.
Oh, yeah. We have a little arc for him.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I love Manu. I mean, I think Manu was he's our guy. That's our enemy. You know what I mean? So I'm always happy when he comes back.
But he's your friend this time, not your villain.
He is, but he's our frenemy.
A frenemy.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the villains, it seems like Arrow is getting its own Legion of Doom because you've got a group of villains to fight this time.
Yes, there will be a conclave of villains. And Black Siren's part of that. And that's going to be an interesting storyline as she comes back because particularly with Oliver, there's a sense of guilt that particularly he and Diggle share. And we'll see, maybe there's a way that Oliver feels as if he can save her. Because she is Laurel, though she's not the Laurel we knew. So there's some storyline there they're going to work out.
So he's still going to go back down that path?
Well, I think it's tough for him not to. I mean, the idea of redemption is what made him the hero that he is. So I think he's bought into what Felicity and Diggle particularly have been preaching to him for the past several seasons.
Yeah.
And it saved his life, really. I mean, because he was a murderer in season 1. I mean, that's who he was. And I think he became a full-fledged hero. And I think much of that was because of the redemption story. And so I think when he looks at Laurel, and I can't really speak for him, but I think it's just a compelling story for a hero that he tries to save Laurel because that spirit saved him. That spirit of redemption,
So then if Oliver's going off to try and save Black Siren,
Yeah.
are we going to see a split in the team, sort of divide and conquer? Or
Interesting
is it gonna
you
be
say split.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going to be happening to this team this season. I don't know if it's all going to be because of Black Siren or not, but the team will have. There will be some crisis of the heart. That's team wide. Okay, so it's, as opposed to just kind of looking at OTA or the individual sect, but there'll be some philosophical differences.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that the show is moving to a later time slot, things going to get maybe steamier on CW?
Well, I would hope so. I mean, that's really a producer question. I hope so. I hope that 9 o'clock allows us to hear some bones cracking and some, sex. I don't know what it means. I think season 5 we kind of got back to our season 2 feel, where we kind of got close to this kind of street level, gritty crime fighting drama that we were, I think, in season 2, away from the magic and kind of the supernatural things that we explored in season 3 and 4.
Yep.
And not that those were bad, but I think that's 1 and 2 are really our strength. And I think we got back to that in 5, and we really do pick up with that same energy in season 6. And much of that is not only because of the mandate from our producers, Wendy and Greg and Mark, to kind of like go even further than you did in season 5, but James Bamford is who was our stunt choreographer last year and directed a number of episodes, is now our resident director and producer. So he's there on the set all the time. So he's kind of carrying that mandate on by not just shepherding the directors, who are very competent and they know what they're doing, but just kind of saying, hey, if we want to, if there's a thought of risking something, let's risk it. Let's take it to that next level. So James being there has been a big part of us kind of taking this higher, even higher than we did in 5.
Well, one of the things I was wondering, when it comes to the directors and the producers, there's a scene where things get pretty messy and Oliver and Diggle are stuck in some concrete. Was that the producers' way of going, we're going to ruin this suit, we're going to get a new one in for season 6?
I wish it was.
So So no
That was
scene
that was
changes.
that was horrible.
Yeah.
That was a horrible day.
What was that stuff?
Oatmeal,
Oh, was it?
and I used to love oatmeal
Until that day.
until that day. We are looking at getting Diggle some more digs. Yep. Anyway, we're looking at getting Diggle some different digs, and the oatmeal wasn't the reason why. It's just, they just try to do different things in the seasons. I think Arrow's going to be coming with some things that are different. Wild Dog looks terrific this season. Not that he didn't last season, but just what they're doing within the season is fantastic. So I think they're just trying new things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of other things,
Yeah.
Illicit, another steamy project that you did. How was it working with Vivica A. Fox?
Oh, Vivica's fantastic. Dean Kane's another person that was on the show, and he was great. It was just great. I mean, working with Vivica, she just comes in and just like knows the character. It was great. It was my first kind of foray into producing, and it did well. We did a little festival circuit, and I think we're on video on demand now, and it's gonna have a BET run. So it's doing quite well. So it was fun.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And I've always loved you on Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods was great.
Now it's what, season 9 now?
We're in 6 on Arrow, so it's 8 there.
8 now?
And unfortunately, Mayor Diggle, I like to call him, he left the show in April. He retired and he resigned. And Lorraine Bracco, I think I pronounced the name correctly. I think she's replacing the mayor. And it was no other reason than besides the storyline on Blue Bloods became such as the seasons went forward that they really were telling the story of Frank, who's played by Tom Selleck, and the mayor. They were telling that story off camera because I wasn't there. They couldn't get me because I was working so much on Arrow.
Yeah.
So it just became the idea of that's in Vancouver, Brooklyn, right? It's like, so it was just tough to get me out there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I love the role.
You could come back though.
Always. Anytime they call me out, if the schedule permits, I love Blue Bloods. Yeah.
Well, I know you have had a long day. You got to go.
Yeah.
But I want to know, finally, if there was one emoji to describe Diggle, which one would it be?
An emoji to describe Diggle. An emoji to describe Diggle. An emoji to describe Diggle.
You can ponder it.
The one that just has the straight line across the mouth. That one.
Blank Diggle.
Blank Diggle. Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome.
Good luck with Arrow season
Thank
6.
you.
We
Thank you.
all can't wait to see it.
Hope you enjoy
If
it.
it's a time slot, I definitely will. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See ya.